OBS. Do you know OBS, Luke?
Yeah, I do. I've used it before.
What I'd like you to do, Luke, is use another one. Because what I want everybody to do is I want everybody to choose a different one. So do you understand that, Luke? So what I want is everybody to choose a different one, and some will be to the cloud, and some will save to my and some will save to my computer. You got that, Luke? So what will you do?
I'm gonna pick another free recording
Yeah,
service
so you'll pick another free. Why?
so that I know how to use multiple, not just one.
Yeah. The more we can learn, right? What's the big deal then? And in someone, you can even have someone else choose the OBS, and if they have questions to you, you can answer. That's the beauty of the class. So that is, if I look at my instructions on assignment, the first assignment, it says you will guide you through using screen recording software such as OBS, QuickTime, Loom, ScreenFlow. There's a number of ones that you can do. And when you're making a choice in your group, you can look at several and say, hey, this one looks the best. But before you start your individual assignments, check with your group members to make sure that you're doing something different. You don't have to worry about the other groups, but you want to remain with make it well. And remember, this is what Daniel loves to say, but the individual recording choice and demonstration, make it short. The whole video should be under 10 minutes. You can decide. Each member in the group should choose a different program. Select a free screen recording tool. Set it up to record your whole screen, audio, as well as prefer start recording via the program. This means record with a third party before entering Zoom. Do you understand that, Luke? So you want to do that before, so each of you will do a Zoom recording, but each of you will do a third party recording. And begin showing it off. Basically talk about whether it's open source, what it's available to, whether it works on the cloud, whether you can save it, mention if it records to the cloud locally, explain some of the pros and cons, and doing your Zoom meeting. And then what's interesting, Luke, when you had the problems of recording those controls, see if this new program will record some of those Zoom controls. And then later on, if you wanted to improve your first submission, I don't want you to erase your first submission, but you can add added, additional, upgraded. And that's the beauty. And then you submit it with your software. One group member should create the folder. You can even do that now, right? Individual screen recording, right? And they show you how to do it. Okay? So if I went to this now, I go to, basically, I can go to another tab of courses, right? I can go to my other courses. I can now go to my courses, and I can do my case section, my audit, and under my case section, assignment groups, everybody see here group 0 example. You see that, Luke? Group. So I have here my individual recording assignment. So everybody now, you can even do this. Make 2 folders in your groups, one called individual screen recording assignment and the other one called screen recording group assignment. Under screen recording group assignment, in the front of it, I'd like you even to list each person in your group and which program they use. Why is it? Because later on, Luke, you can say, hey, what else could I use? Oh, Vimeo I could use, or I could use Loom. You can kind of learn from each other what are the qualities of it. And then you'll see here, this needs to be, they made a spelling mistake here, but they'll fix it. But anyways, and that's what you want to do, is have each other look at the work. And guess what, Luke? If you made that spelling mistake, somebody else in your group could change it. That's the beauty of what we are. We're all having capabilities of roles to edit. And notice here, sample screen recording assignment by one of the TAs. He basically has, notice Vimeo looks then what? As recording to the cloud, or in the recording to the cloud, or on his computer? What do you think, Luke? By looking at this link.
To the cloud.
To the cloud, right? If you saw MP4, you would know, right? It's easy to do, right? He'll put the price. In this case, they have a free trial, whether it's open or closed source, what type of the recording, what OSs it runs in, operating system, what he showcased here, the takeaway, challenges and solutions. And then you see the other ones. So use these as templates. You got it, Juan? You there? So it's the same thing that you got it there. So if I look at it, if I look at then the screen group recording, right? This is the group, right? And what I want to do is what each person did. And you want to be able to see here the individual group links here, the individual files, what we showcase, what the takeaways are, what challenges you had. Try it out with Zoom, seeing how it worked with Zoom. We showcased how to use Vimeo and Loom. You may even want to turn on Zoom's AI to see if it will summarize. And that's it. And guess what? Then Juan, you get another. Have you used screen recorders, Juan? Manuel?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, what have you used?
OBS, Streamlabs, and the
Okay, great.
the Mac.
Great, fantastic. So help each other and pick something you haven't used before, right, Juan? Right? That's the whole beauty, is put another thing under your belt. Okay, so we got that part. Any questions? And we go with the punches, right? Jordan, we always have issues, right? Somehow my power on my other computer went down. Questions? Greta, any comments that I need to make?
No, I don't think so. I think everything's pretty clear.
Yeah, so we're pretty clear on it. And then when we meet next week, we'll do what I want to start next week is start preparing for the exams and having AI help us prepare for the exams. You got it, Frank? So we'll have other tools that we'll learn, put it in, right? That not only are we going to use new tools, but we'll create podcasts, we'll ask them to produce multiple choice questions for us, other questions, and we'll put it together, and then we'll even communicate. We'll have AI produce podcasts, and we'll even discuss basic interact with AI on podcasting. So Greta, you'll have a link that you've already created podcasts, and you'll have the AI create podcasts for you. And guess what material we'll use? Let's use the material from the book. And then I always like bird with two, to basically get it, two birds with one stone here. So we basically eat our own, as I said, let's use it, and let's use it also. What can we use the AI for? Let's use it to study for the exam. Plus you have all those. Any questions? Okay, so I'm going to end early to answer any of those questions. I had some groups that I needed to talk to me on it. I think we're set. We know how to do the next part. You'll have your assignments due. This assignment is due next Wednesday. So the only thing you need to do, if you guys want to start doing it on, you need to just somehow communicate with your group to see what software each of you are going to use. You want to make it different, and you want to break it down. Find some that are recording to my computer, which are important. A lot of times I don't have internet, right? Like I say, I'm in California. I have my battery, but I don't have internet or wherever it is. And some that I have cloud-based, and some I can do both. Some I can download, some I can do. All right? Any other questions? So what I need to do is I need to do attendance. So this is my audit, I know. This is my regular one. This is my attendance. And Greta and also Frank, if you can stay with me, we can see where we move from here. I want to do check-in. Start check-in. And 3611. So Greta, can you be so kind and put 3611 in the chat so everybody has the chat, the number that they need to sign in for attendance. Stay with me if you need to. I'll be happy to do that. 3611, I'm going to stop sharing. And I'm looking forward to see you next week. So you got the idea of how the class is going. And Group 8, I appreciate your enthusiasm to go through it. And we'll continue here. So I'm going to stop recording so I can answer any questions. I'm stop recording in YouTube. And the host is stopping. I'm going to stop recording in to the cloud. And now I'm able to answer anyone's question. Okay? So let's start. We'll start from left to right and we'll see what's going on. So Lily, what's up?
I just noticed it says I was absent on January 27th, but I was in class.
Okay.
I just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah, let me just get this out of the way here. Well, is everybody signed in? Kayla, did you put in?
Yeah. I'm doing it right now.
So do it right now, 3611, because I don't want to stop it, Brian, until I have it. So I'm going to end check-in, just so I have it. And then I'm going to my records. And who was what last name am I looking for?
Bars, the second one to the top.
Okay. And it's which one, the 29th?
The 27th. The 29th I was absent.
Okay. So the 20. Okay. Okay? Is that all right?
Thank you.
My pleasure. What else? Anything else on attendance that I need to deal with? Anything else? Anything else I need to deal with?
Mine wouldn't load for today.
Okay, yours didn't load today. Why?
What was that?
What number is it? What's your last name?
Zavala, Z.
Okay. Z?
Yes.
Update. Okay. What else?
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I can stop sharing? Okay. So what's next?
I think, well, I emailed you and you had asked me to stay after to talk about my group.
So what's going on?
I had a hard time contacting them. I emailed them all, like a group email twice. I was able to get in contact with 2 of them today over the phone. So I'm just going to shoot them all a text like right now and make sure they know what's expected of them next week.
Yeah.
But I just went ahead and did this assignment by myself.
And what about the other 2 that you got in touch with? They didn't do it either?
I don't think so. Well,
What do you mean you
now
don't
that
think so?
I have,
You should see it on your group, you know?
well, I checked earlier today, and it was just me
Yeah, well,
that
check
did.
on.
So I wasn't really able to show very well the breakout
I
rooms or the
know, I
courtroom.
know.
Yeah, I tried to explain it to the best of my ability.
I know, so now, you know what I mean? I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
I'm just gonna.
and how many people are in your group supposedly?
There's four. I was able to get in touch with two of them today over the phone,
And
so
what
I'll
did
text them right now.
and what did they say? Were they in class today?
Yeah, they were just not able to meet today.
Okay, well it's not. And what about after this class? What does she
Uh,
say? So do it
I could
now.
text them.
Text them
Yeah,
now and say, if we want to get credit, we need to do it by today, by the end of the day.
yeah,
That's it. You know what I mean?
and then
And that's what you have to tell them. That I talked to Dr. Rush, and she said that in order for us to get credit, we need, as a group, we need to do it by the end. She's extending it to the end of the day.
okay,
And
I'll
no,
text them right now.
right now, and then
Yeah,
whoever's going to join me, you say we'll get credit. The rest of you will not get credit. That's all.
okay,
You know what I'm
sounds
saying?
good. Thank
Okay.
you.
And then you got to figure out. I'm relying on you. Got to figure out how you're going to do this because next week is another one, and it's going to be another week, and it's a shame for you. You know what I mean? That you're conscientious. It's a shame that you're not going to get full credit. Plus, you miss out. You know, by not having a group. You know that you're trying these things out. It doesn't make sense. So you'll have to figure it
Yeah,
out. You know what I mean?
yeah. I was trying to see if I could direct message them on Zoom today, but I don't know. I don't think they
No,
came. So
okay, but you have their phone numbers, right? You have their emails.
yeah.
You got two of them on the phone. You said. I don't know if you texted or do it, but you got to say now that you need to. We have an opportunity to have it by the end of the day. If not, we don't get credit for the group. At least you'll
Okay,
get
that
credit.
sounds good.
At least you get credit for the individual. You know what I mean? At least you'll get partial
Yeah.
credit. They will get zero. And mounting
Okay.
out the zeros is not good. I don't have to tell
Yeah.
you math, right? Zero and zero make an F, you know? You continue.
Yeah.
Okay. I appreciate you contacting me, but you gotta you gotta figure out is it that you need to do it? Is it Monday after class? Is it 12 o'clock at night? I don't
Mhm.
care. I don't care, and you don't either. You need to get it done. We
Yes.
can't get it together. That's not an answer.
Yeah.
Then you all should take another idea, maybe not to be in the class, because it's going to be continuing, and it's also disruptive to the class. It's not fair to the rest of the students in the class. Plus, it's not fair for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Um.
All right. Don't
Thank
get.
you. I'll
Hey,
text them now.
tell
But
them now, and it's not a hard. And you need to know how to do it. That's it. Bottom line, you can
yeah.
help them. Bye.
Yeah.
Keep up a good attitude, and and steer them and say, hey, it's zero. And it's not fair
Yeah.
for you to use it. You get zero. At least I got something. Okay.
Great.
Bye.
Okay. Thank you. Have a
Well,
good night.
yeah, you too. Okay, guys. I don't know what to do with that.
That kind of sucks. I kind of feel bad. Like, is there another group she can be in?
Right now, let her try to get this going. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because
yeah,
I had a number of groups like that, last night. So I'd rather her figure it out. You know what I mean? And she can.
yeah,
If another time happens, then you as teaching assistants in training can reach out to her. No, I'm just saying and see
yeah,
if there are groups that have three in it. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Are there any groups with three?
I don't think so. I was
No.
actually looking earlier, I think, because I think there was in the beginning, and then a couple people had to get added to the audit
Yeah.
section.
Yeah. So let her work it out. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. I think it may be on her end, but I think like everybody woke up. You know what I mean? She was the only one who
Yeah,
woke up because why wasn't this? Why did I hear about it last night? At whatever
yeah.
time. Why didn't I hear about it in the very beginning? So
Mhm.
I'm, in my point, it's her problem too. You know what I mean? Why is she doing it
Yeah,
at the last minute? telling me I can't get with the group and nobody's responding. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like, it may be just not coordinated, who knows? But
Yeah.
and then later on, if nobody shows up, let her come back to me and say, they're not doing it. We can replace her with something else. You know what I mean? And who knows what it is. Okay, what else do we need to discuss?
I don't think anything.
Okay, Frank, what do you think about that idea? I love that Camille came up with an innovative way, with video and that she can show it. I think maybe we should do it is reach out. Group 8 looks good.
Mhm.
Right there. A lot of people are doing it. Even reach out to group 8 and say, hey, would you like to do something on Monday?
It would be cool if every week each group
Yes,
wrote,
yeah, but I'm just saying, you want to start with the
and
best.
we could talk to them because they had some innovation.
Right, and
for,
each
for
one's
the cause.
right. So that's what I'm saying. You don't want the slackers to be the first ones and show poor. You want to show it's like anything else in the team. You want to show who is excited about it, who can show something. So I know even in Group 8, you can see. I loved it. The idea they said we crushed it. The idea, almost the enthusiasm, and you can see Juan had a lot of experience. He knew about 4 recorders, so he's worked with technology. It didn't come from the way. So reach out to that group. I think it's good. Even tonight, you have their text, you have their email. You can do it through audit. You decide how you want to communicate, right? And you say, hey, why don't you come up with Monday's Tech Live, and you can even share with them, Frank, your PowerPoint, and if that's going to be our like template, or you and Greta
Okay.
can decide, hey, this is what we want our template to be. You can make logos, you know what I mean? They can come up with, and you can even say, improve our template. It's like each time, each progression. This is our first try, then we're going to do our second try. You know how it goes. It always gets better, and that's an almost competition. It's almost like,
Maybe we could start a competition where each group maybe tries to create their own version of a new AI that doesn't exist.
we'll do that in our projects. That's what we're going to
Uh-huh.
be. We're going to be consultants in our project, and each group is going to be AI consultants in different areas. So let's just try it simple. We have so many, activities before then, to get going and all that material. I think let's continue this, and then do you guys have what's your schedule? I teach at 5:05 and at 6:35. I have HIM
On Mondays and Wednesdays.
Mondays and Wednesdays. So I'm just thinking, if you're free on one of those, you can come in the beginning to those sessions
I
and
would,
say,
but I have class like up until now.
Yeah, I have class at 5:05 too.
and do you have it at 6? At 5:05? Do you have it at 3:30?
Yeah, I
3:35?
do
Do
actually.
you, Frank?
I do 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 1:25 to 2:30, and then 5 to 6 something.
Okay.
And
Okay. So
5.
one time maybe you come in at 3:35. You
Yeah,
know
I
what
can
I
do
mean?
3:30.
You come in 3:35 and come in just for 5 minutes, and say, hey, I'm the teaching in training for this K1. This is what I did. You guys can help us, and then later on we can even share links. You know what I mean? You can have links to you know, the other audit areas. We even can put them all together because you can put other students in. We right now we want to keep it, but later on we can't. I'm just thinking. But let's first, before we go to the other sections, let's let's gather the enthusiasm of the best here, the best of the best in the class. And when they do assignments, then you can see it's hard to know how anybody does because there's people that are very quiet in the class, and they could be really good, and people that talk a lot that, you know, they talk a big bluster, but they don't do. So, you understand? So we want everyone there. So I'd start off with 8. I thought 8 was great. They were all enthusiastic. They'll do it, and just start and say, hey, do you want to present? And you saw something like I did, that we did, and then you can kind of lead them, and then you can even add on to it. Oh, I found these, you know what I mean? And then we can do each time. And groups that don't want to participate, that's fine too.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? We're not going to make that in the beginning as a requirement, but just, hey, we're excited about this, we want to learn. And then those that also are there, they should be getting extra credit for class participation. You know, class participation is part of the grade, so you guys would get excellent class participations, and they can too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So use it as that way, because it's difficult. Just because you attend doesn't mean that you participated. You know what I mean? Last time, Daniel and I found somebody sleep. Then they stayed with us and they were sleeping. You know what I mean? So you know, we removed them because we thought they forgot to do it, but they came back, and then I asked, well, what was going on in the class? You tell me. He said, you remind me. He slept through the entire class, so that's it. So Amelie, these are teaching assistants in training.
Oh, nice.
She is one of our teaching assistants in training last semester.
Oh,
So
nice.
How are you guys liking the course?
It's good so far. I think
Yes.
I like it. Yeah.
So you know, I'm standing here, so it's hard, Amelie, for them to say, you know, it sucks.
Yeah. Fair enough.
No, it doesn't.
Right, but these are great, and what Frank had, he had the idea, is he and Greta were going to do weekly tech flashes of what's happening during the week.
Oh, I like that. That'll be, and there's so much happening right now, so.
Yeah,
that'll really-
so we're trying to get, like, starting with, they're starting it off and trying to get others in there, so we were deciding what were the ways we're going to do it. We highlighted one group that did a good job on their Zoom. So they're going to reach out to them. They were so excited when they told us. I asked how they did an assignment. They said we crushed it. So we are going to have.
Awesome.
So we're going to have them participate too. Okay. Okay, great. So I'm going to need to speak with Amelie here, but just so you see your fellow teaching assistants in training, which you started. So
Yes,
Amelie,
of course. Good luck with the semester.
Thank
okay.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, great. So let me know, and then Monday we'll talk about it. But reach out tonight to Group 8 and let them. And you guys, you figure it out. You know what I mean? You figure out what are the best. I'm kind of guiding you, but I think that will be great. You know, of having it. And there's so many of them. There's so much, right? It's hard. It really is hard to keep up. You
Yeah.
know, but at least kind of major things that would be of interest to everyone. Okay, great. See you guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Keep up the
Thank
good
you.
attitude.
Bye.
Ciao. So funny, huh?
Yeah, they sound like really eager and excited
Yeah,
about
yeah,
class.
yeah, yeah. So Frank came up with the idea. He,
Awesome.
we invited him to be teaching assistant in training. He was so basically thrilled about it. He goes, "Oh, I got an idea. Can I do like what's happening in the week?" And then I said, "Yeah, go for it." So he does. He's going to do like we didn't know their name of whether it was Tech Mondays or the Flash of Mondays. So he said like every Monday he would kind of do it. So he did his first one, showing about drones and what happened with DeepSeek, giving ideas,
Yeah.
and then he went into some company with the Pentagon doing scary drones for AI that giving commands, these little drones going out into the
Wow. That's
field.
awesome to have like a student who's excited about.
Right. So what's going on with you? What's the issues here?
Yes, so I emailed you back in December about a letter of recommendation.
Right.
I'm currently on inactive status.
So what does that
I've been
mean?
so I'm enrolled with UM.
Yeah.
But you're allowed to take up to 2 consecutive semesters off.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Didn't know that.
it doesn't. What was that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it doesn't affect my enrollment status. I don't have to reapply, but I'm
And
allowed to take.
why are you? Can I ask you why you're doing that, or?
Yes. So I have been dealing with some chronic health issues for the past few years.
You don't have to let me know.
Yeah.
But,
It
okay.
just it.
Your health wise, you want to take
the last semester, and so this is kind of just what's best for me right now.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
And
so
are you in Miami or you're somewhere else?
No, so I'm back home in Cleveland right now.
Okay.
And I'm really just focusing on resting, but
Good.
I'm kind of using this time as like a gift because
Good.
I
Be
did
positive.
have an
Yeah.
right, exactly, and I did have an idea for an AI school. It would be an international school. It's international baccalaureate based. So, are you familiar with that?
Sure.
Okay, so
Do you have
you know
one? For
what
a
was that?
they give it for a high school, the international baccalaureate.
Yes, so they have that's for the diploma.
Right.
It's the last two grades of high school.
Right.
But also have an option where there's like a curriculum from K through 12. So I'd want to do a K through 12 online school. It would be AI based, so it's really helpful for people who are on the go. I mean, we're in an increasingly digital and global
Yeah.
society, and so a lot of parents work from home now if they want to travel with their kids.
Right.
Or also, I know families who their parents have to go to Japan for 2 weeks or go to another country for 2 months on business, and what about the kids then?
It's different. Okay. So what would you like from me?
So I would like a letter of recommendation because I
To
don't
whom?
know what's going to. What was that?
A letter recommendation to whom?
So I don't have someone I need to send this to right now, but I don't know what's going to happen in regard to going back to UM because I don't know what's going to happen with these
Okay.
health issues.
Okay.
And
Okay. You may not be at UM. Okay. Fine.
right. So I would like something to prove that, like, I was able to get through a hard class.
Right. And you
I'm a
were
good
teaching
student.
and you were teaching assistant in training. By the
Right,
way,
like I'm not
Daniel,
just a
Amelie
dropout.
just met the other teaching assistants in training for this last class, and she was so impressed how excited they were. You remember Frank and Greta? So, okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And
So,
Amelie, you were very good as well as a teaching assistant in training.
Yeah, thank you. I
well, that's
appreciate
why
it.
we even wanted you to continue with us, but maybe in another time. So let's do this. I'm not sure what it is, but let's do this. Write up something to reflect what you'd like me to do, and then I'll take it from there and see what I want to do. Okay?
Okay.
And then send it to me, and then we'll see. But I understand that you still want, while it's still fresh, that you can connect
Exactly.
with me. That it wouldn't be like in 2 years before, and you say, hey, you don't even remember me, right? But
Exactly.
right, that it's
So,
that
and
it's
this
fresh.
would just really be for like work connections, something to just.
Yeah, well, think about it. Think about it, and the beauty here is it's not time sensitive. You know what I mean? You
Right.
can even do it.
Exactly.
You can think about it as in a couple of months and so forth. So you're always welcome to be a guest in our classes. We, are there. Daniel has been promoted to the lead. I don't know if you know, to our lead teaching assistant, and he's even directing other teaching assistants besides our teaching assistants in training. So
Oh, congratulations. That's
yeah,
awesome.
he well deserved, right, Emma?
Yes,
Amelie,
exactly.
right? He's always done a great job. Okay, so let's do it that way. First of all, you take care. Second of all, I'm glad that you have such a positive attitude. That's 90% of the battle, right? So just be
Right.
positive about that, and then think about it, and then you don't have to do it. It's nothing that you have to do now. It may even be better that you wait a little bit. It's not going to be like I don't remember you, but do it at the by the end of the semester. That's all.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
All
I
right.
appreciate it.
All
Thank you,
the
Dr.
time.
Rush.
My pleasure. Take care,
Yeah.
my dear.
Good luck.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you.
You'll do well. No, in everything you do. The attitude is really, I've always been impressed by that. Okay, great, Amelie. We'll talk to
I
you. Bye.
appreciate it. And this semester's going well?
Yeah, it's going
Yeah.
well. A little bit busy for us, and we're trying to. We have a bunch of cats in our sections, but we're doing well. We're hurting them, and Daniel. It's been a pleasure for me. We have Daniel, and then I don't know if Sebastian was in your section. One of our students, Sebastian, I think he wasn't. Was is also he was a teaching assistant in training in another section, and he's done well.
And now he's
So he's
teaching
been,
assistant.
yeah, he's teaching assistant, and Daniel's been very pleased with. They work
Yeah, he's done
together.
well.
He's been guiding him well. Okay. Take
That's
care.
great.
Ciao. Bye.
Thank you. You as
You're welcome.
well.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.
So it's gone well. We just had one group that she said they didn't do anything, and she did it by herself. I forgot who was that. You
I saw
remember?
that email, yeah.
Yeah, and I told her she has to work it out. And I think it's part her. I'm not even giving her full credit because what she told me at the last minute too. You know what I mean? So I think it's more of a communication or whatever it is. And Greta, the teaching assistant in training, said, "Oh, let's put her in another group." And I said, "No, let her work it out with all these groups." And I told her, "Tell the group, oh, we're not going to do it." I said, "Tell the group that you want to meet now, or else the other part of the group's going to get a 0, and at least you'll get something."
Yeah,
But
that makes sense.
you know what I mean? They're getting 0, you get part. What you're telling us the last minute, right?
Mhm.
And you work it out. So that's what I told her, and she said, "Okay." I got 2 people in my group, so I said, "That's something. Tell them by the end of the day you can do it." So that's it. So we just have to figure out a couple of things. Is one, how do we want to do that? Wednesday, I want to have them work in their groups.
Okay.
And then this way it frees you. You have your test. You don't need to have all the problem. It frees, gives a little bit of time for.
Should we still assign the notebook, or should we move that to Monday?
Assign it when?
I think it makes sense to assign it on Monday.
Assign notebook
The
to?
following Monday.
Which
Monday
is
the
let me just-
17th.
Right. So the 10th, we're not going to make an assignment because they have the 12th, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to keep the 12th, right?
Yeah.
We're going to keep
Maybe we extend it till after their class time. That way
Yes.
they could work during it.
Yes.
Okay.
Extend it till maybe 9 p.m., you think, or by midnight?
Or midnight.
Yeah, for the 12th. Since it's to the 12th, and then
We'll put an announcement.
Don't say it now that there's not going to be that they'll
Okay.
be allowed, because then
We'll
nobody's going to.
assign that on the 10th. Or
Yeah,
tell them on the
you
10th.
know what? Keep it the way it is, and then on the 10th
Okay.
we'll extend it.
Okay.
I think that's
That way they work on it.
they'll work on it. If they already see that it's 12th, they won't do a damn thing. Some of those
Yeah,
groups.
that's true.
You know what I mean? So let's keep it the way. On the 10th, we'll go over material, and then we'll say, you know what? It seems that there's a lot of doing. We'll do, for a change, for a break, we'll do the 12th. You work with your groups. And you know what? Those that have even finished on the 12th, they can go back in their first assignment, the first Zoom group,
Yeah.
and improve it.
Okay.
We can put that. I think that'll be good.
Okay.
That they can use the screen recorders. Oh, you know what? Somebody showed me in the class. If you go to video and video settings, she said. On video, on the up arrow, video settings. Is it here? Always show preview and during a high enable incoming video feature. Show me as an active feature. Is there something in there?
Show me as an active speaker when I talk.
What? Always be. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me see. Recording. Let me see.
Oh, advanced. No?
Let me see what instant recording. Choose a location. Optimize. What about this? You want to see under recording where it says place video next to shared screen and recording? No, that's not it, is it? Share screen. What about shared screen? Oh, here. Look under shared screen, Daniel.
I see it.
You see under scale to fit show sharing toolbar and meeting notifications?
Scale to fit shared content to Zoom? No.
No, this one. You see under share screen? Let me just share my screen so I can see. You see mine?
Yeah.
Share screen? This was
do.
unchecked. You see here, show share toolbar?
I don't see that option.
You don't have it?
No.
Is it me? Are you promoted? Let me promote you.
I don't know if that's the issue. I think it might be a Zoom client thing.
When I go to my,
I still don't see your Zoom toolbar, by the way.
let me just see. Let me stop sharing and we'll look at it again. Am I sharing or no?
Right
No,
now
I'm
you
not.
are. Yeah.
I'm now sharing. I'm sharing now.
I still don't see any.
Hold on. Move this. So many different things here. I can get out of this. Where is this? I need this. Okay. So now if I go to video settings, share screen, show toolbar. Let me see when advance what happens. Limit your scare, no. Show green border. Okay. Let's see now. Let me stop sharing. Now when I share, maybe when I'm filming, but do you have it on yours?
I don't have it on mine.
You don't have video settings? When you click the
I have
arrow
video
thing,
settings, but I don't have that set up.
and then share screen?
Yeah, I don't see.
You don't have scale to fit
I
to
have-
share Zoom? Maybe when you
Oh.
started, I don't know.
I think what that means is
Show sharing
this
toolbar?
toolbar, like this part,
Which part?
like down here.
I don't know. But anyways, so she was saying. Anyways, we'll see when it records. Okay.
Do you think Logan will show up?
No. It's already
I don't
7
think so.
o'clock. I don't think so. He never even responded.
Yeah.
Well, a minute. You know what I mean? So I'll keep on. You don't have to bother. You know what I mean? I'll keep
Okay.
another, 10 minutes on. It doesn't hurt me. You know what I mean? I'll do some other
Yeah.
things. But I think that's. Do you have any other ideas for Wednesday? So my idea for
Not really.
Wednesday would be, should we say by midnight, by 9?
At midnight, because that would be unfair to some of the
The
section.
older, okay, so by midnight, but I would announce it on
Monday.
Monday, so they'll do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Announce it on Monday. And then also give them that they should redo their Zoom recording.
Yeah, and we're only extending the audit assignment, right? Not the lively quizzes
No,
or anything.
right. I don't
Yeah,
think
okay.
so.
I think that makes more sense.
But even though, the Wiley quizzes are till midnight. They're listed as midnight. I don't know, when did you make the
The
Wiley?
adaptive, but not the
The
quiz
adaptive.
itself.
The quiz, I don't know, what did you make the quiz at?
The quizzes are class time.
Okay. No, but that's so, they don't need a group, they don't need anything.
Yeah, it's just on their own.
It's on their own.
It makes sense to just do the audit.
And that they can do we want them to do a better job. And once they got this one for Monday, we want you to, do it that you can
Yeah.
see. And then there was a group, there was a really good group for K that just said, group 8, that when I asked them, they said, we crushed it, even though they got it. So they were just excited, and a couple of them, he knew when I asked about screen recorders, he knew OBS plus a number of others. So
That's good.
that they were, it was probably a game or something like that,
That's
at
good.
least. So And then Frank, you remember the teaching assistant in training?
Yeah.
He wants other people to get involved in doing these weekly updates. So I told him to reach out to Group 8 first, since they were all excited, and have them contribute. And then and I said, we'll try the people that are excited about it to contribute, and then those groups, will contribute. And I said that would count for class participation too, that we know that they're that extra part. That it's just not
You
that
could maybe
you
bump them a grade if needed.
right, in between or something. But if we'll know what they did. And then he made a section called Tech Flash in the audit area at the end, and then we can kind of look at it.
That's why the audit is good.
Isn't it? It's perfect, so everybody can share.
I see it. This is cool.
Right, and then he's going to start off. He made himself like a PowerPoint, like slides, and then he gave this little clip on. I told you on those drones, those AI frightening that will classify and make the hit. That it's like those games, right? But it's real life. So anyways, okay. Anything else I need to know about? How are classes going? Everything's good. So you have exams next week or what?
I have 2 on Wednesday.
Perfect.
Yeah,
So
it's really good.
So and then you can go home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That when are you know what I mean? That you can go home safely, quit. And what times are your exams on Wednesday?
One's at 3:30, and then the other is what is it, 6:35. So I mean, it's perfect. I can do the quiz at home and then drive during the
Whatever, I
much
mean,
better.
you don't need to be, in between. So that it turned out to be perfect for all of us. And I think it's good for a break, you know what I mean, for the student. It's been a lot, you know what I mean? I think we kind of, and then once we do the notebook, and then you can look at it when you get a chance. I looked at it today. I want to look at it again, but the join worked well, and then if you could do, I told you I did with Call Annie and joining, pressed on it as well. Okay, all right, we're set, and then you can discuss it with Sebastian too. I'm sure he'll be pleased with it too. You know what I mean? But tell him that we're not going to announce it until the class, and then we can make Dan. Let's do it during the class. You know what I mean? That it says that it's
Okay.
or something like that. We'll see how that'll work out. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
Have
Okay.
a great night.
You too. Thanks again so much. Ciao.
Welcome. Bye bye.